What is green screen? The easiest way to explain what green screen is, if you've been to the cinema lately and watched a Hollywood movie, you've probably seen green screen in use. You can't send Matt Damon to Mars to film. You can't send somebody to another planet or to certain parts of the world to film. So what you do instead is you put them in a room with a green wall or a blue wall, and then that wall can be replaced afterwards with whatever background you want. So we simply use a green sheet, which you could pick up in a fabric shop or on Amazon for about 10 or 12 euros. And then once that's hung on a wall, that becomes our green screen backdrop. The lesson it initially started kind of as an art lesson, but it was also trying to bring in some of what they've been doing in English lately. So they've been learning about descriptive writing. So we used the green screen to put them within famous artwork. Today's lesson then was about them getting a piece of art. They weren't told the artist's name, they weren't told the name of the painting. They were to explore the painting in sections and have a look at all the finer details of it, and then imagine themselves somewhere in that painting and to describe what they could smell, what they could feel, what they could touch, what they could hear. And then we will record a narration over those videos afterwards. By limiting them to 100 words, they had to be a bit more detailed or a bit more strict about what they were going to write about. So they will write their 100 words, then they will practice that. They'll record their green screen, which we kind of said for about 30 seconds of them wandering around their paintings.
Yeah, that's perfect, perfect. You're out of the shadow. Yeah, perfect, good.
You would have heard a lot of directing going on above here, but all that sound is taken out afterwards. So children are told to turn left or to turn right or to look up or look down. Then they'll record the piece they've written over that. So in the end, what we will have is a short video of about a minute and a half of 2 or 3 children walking around a particular painting, and in the background you will hear a narration with what they believe is around them, what they're hearing, what they're seeing, what they're smelling and things like that.
I look to my right and see another little girl, but this one looks scared. I can see a table of people. I hear them talking.
With this, I'm looking out for certain skills like the language that they're using. We emphasised it a lot there in some of the lessons where there was particular words that I would be listening out for, and that if those words were coming back to me in what they had recorded, I knew they had been listening. And I'm looking at the whole thing of just observing the collaboration in that. Again though, I also have a record at the end, which is a record of that child speaking, and their pronunciation of the words, how they put things together, whether they just rushed through it and went for the first take, or whether they went back and did it more than once to get it absolutely right.
I see a bar. It looks like a wedding. There are a lot of men in top hats and tailcoats.
So I have a few children in here who would only be just learning to speak English. It's a wonderful way for me to hear how they're getting along, for them to hear how they're getting along, and an awful lot of times as well for their parents, because a lot of their parents are only hearing them speak a foreign language at home. English is something that's done in school, so by sharing the videos with them, they get to hear their children speaking in English as well. I have found that the kids here just responded really, really positively to it, and there's a great enthusiasm for it, because when they can see their other children, the other children in the classroom above at the board. So we've walked with Neil Armstrong on the moon. We can't do that in any other way, and I could simply just put them in front of a photograph of Neil Armstrong and take it, but this time they're able to walk amongst them. What you need to set up for green screen is basically a green sheet, somewhere to hang it, a tablet with the app that I use is Green Screen by Do Ink, D-O-I-N-K, and that's costing I think about €2.99. I also have a stand that allows me to hang up my green screen, but that's not essential. You don't need to have a tripod because you could have a child hold the iPad. That again wouldn't be essential, but you'll find that as you start to use it a little bit more, you'll find, oh, that would just be a little bit easier. Oh, if I had that, that would be a little bit easier. The green screen today allowed us to do something we wouldn't be able to do in another way, which is to bring the kids physically into their own picture. But there would be another lesson where the green screen wouldn't be needed first. It all comes down to the why. Why do you need that piece of technology? What does it offer you, or what does it allow you to do that you can't do elsewhere?